Concepcion, for one of the few times in this fight, actually landing more punches in a round than Donaire, and they certainly had their impact, even though Donaire came back well toward the end of the round. Hard to remember, but if you think back to round one, it looked for all the world like Donaire was going to breeze right through Concepcion, had him hurt very early in the round. It didn't look like it was going to go 2 rounds.
It didn't. It looked like it was going to be an exhibition night for him. And wow, a lot of credit to be given to Concepcion to be able to persevere, and credit to be given to his corner. They've done a nice job on that cut. I thought that was going to be a problem, and they've seemed to really stop the bleeding from being a problem.
The left eye of Concepcion has been cut almost since that first or second round.
Another big jab from Rafael Concepcion.
Rafael has, when he's thrown the jab, has been much more effective.
And so has Donaire. Both fighters finding success with the jab.
Halfway through round number 8. As we pointed out, in round 1, it did not look like it might get this far, but not only has it gotten this far, it has been exciting and interesting. Again, the jab of Concepcion. And a lot of head movement from Concepcion. His defense has improved as his fight has gone on.
It has, which is the odd thing. I've noticed that as well. And his conditioning seems to be, which is ironic considering he didn't make the weight. You figured he trained so hard. But his stamina has been such that where he's been able to put effective pressure. He's been able to land some solid shots on an elusive fighter.
And here's where an interesting decision comes into play. The Donaire people didn't try and make him lose a lot of weight because they were worried he'd have to pull out of the fight, as has so often happened with fighters. Well, that decision may be coming back to haunt them because that would have weakened Concepcion a little bit, and now he's just a bigger fighter in their fighting.
That's true. It's a very good point.
Half a minute left to go here in round 8. Al Bernstein with Brian Valoria and Mario Lopez. As we're enjoying this super flyweight match. Nice right by Donaire as he pecks away with that punch. Donaire's been a little more effective in boxing this round.
I still would like to see Donaire keep his left hand a little higher than it is.
Yeah, I'm sure you and the Penelosas both.
Big right hand again that staggers Rafael momentarily.
Rigoberto Garibaldi in the corner.
You got to keep up with your left hand up. Keep double jabbing and you're getting caught with stupid shots.
Despiértate y sube tu mano izquierda, no le esperes tanto. ¿Ok? No porque espera que te golpee el lecho, despiértate, vamos arriba.
Here's Donito timing that right hand. Been working for him all night, but he needs to keep his left hand up a little bit more. Rafael's been letting his right of his own throughout this whole fight.
We are moving into the 9th round in his scheduled 12-rounder. A reminder that if Donaire wins, he can win the WBA Interim Super Flyweight Championship, but Rafael Concepcion cannot because he came in overweight. Donaire was married on August 8th of last year to Rachel. They just celebrated an anniversary, and they were kind of hoping the celebration after this fight would be a little more pleasurable. But now, I'll tell you what, he has had a dogfight.
Yes, he has had a dogfight. And you mentioned Rachel, who's also a fighter.
Taekwondo.
Herself, a Taekwondo champion, so I look forward to seeing their offspring. Should be some tough kids.
You know what? Their kids will probably turn out to be chess players.
Right.
Donito Donaire now moving a lot in this round, and the jab being effective there by Concepcion. Again, the jab getting in. That's a ponderous jab, and yet it is able to get in on a pretty regular basis now against Donaire. And there's the Donaire jab.
as a result to having his left hand that low down to his right. So, I mean, right now, I would have picked my hand up a little bit more, getting caught with those jabs.
I'll tell you what, not much off. Oh, good left hand by Donaire. He hasn't had much offensively going back at Concepcion. Again, an off-balance right hand by Donaire. His technique has suffered in this fight. I'll tell you, it has gone south on him on several occasions, and there's a big left hand underneath by Concepcion.
Well, Donaire is reluctant to stand and go in exchange with him and go toe-to-toe in the couple flurries that have happened. He's felt the punch and he's gotten a little bit hurt, and I know he's leery of his opponent's power.
The problem for Donaire, it seems to me, Brian, is he's boxing, but he's not in the boxer mode where he's throwing combinations or jabs. He's just kind of moving and then looking for a power shot here.
Yeah, he's just trying to time that right hand right now. He needs to pop that jab toward and use his reach, you know, work off the jab, throw the right hand, even using those uppercuts. I mean, you know, you can't just rely on one punch and try to knock an opponent out that way. He's in a higher weight division, and, you know, these guys are able to take your power.
So Rafael Concepcion continues the drumbeat, and I'm not sure that he didn't win round 9, even though Donaire has done some very good work with his own jab and straight right hands. Very close round.
But there's abandoned combinations. He's shoot one punch here and there, and he's landing, but where are the combinations?
There's that uppercut I was talking about. But he needs to put his combinations together. He can't just rely on one punch comment. You know, just one punch here and there. He needs to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punch combinations.
And there is his wife, Rachel, and a justifiably concerned look on her face as she sees her husband in a much more difficult match right now than I think they might have anticipated that they were going to have.
Units, combination, 3 combinations. 3 combination, 3, 2. That's good, that's good. The combination's good.
We're heading into round number 10. Nonito Donaire in the yellow gold trunks. In the blue, it is Rafael Concepcion. Concepcion, the 27-year-old from Panama City, won the interim title against Alex Manala in 2008, but then promptly lost it in a war of attrition against Jorge Arce, and now was trying to win it back tonight, but because he failed to make the weight, cannot win the title. But he can win a fight, and he can win one against perhaps one of the 2 or 3 marquee names in these lower weight classes. Everyone, good right hand by Donaire, and he's landed several.
And that was followed by a double jab combination, one of the few combinations we've seen in these last few rounds.
That's what I said. Working off that jab will do wonders for Nonito if he keeps doing it.
Donaire, 21-1 with 14 KOs. Has not lost since his second fight as a professional. He was thought of coming into this fight as perhaps the class of the flyweight and super flyweight divisions. Only Fernando Montiel, who's now moved up to 118, probably thought of in his category. And that was the fight that everyone has been pointing toward. It may still be what they point toward, but right now, he's got to worry about Rafael Concepcion, and it's quite a struggle. Halfway through round 10.
These are the types of fights that are going to prepare you for Montiel, and prepare you, and may have you reconsider such a quick ascension to up the weight classes.
Yes.